On this trip, the Indian dances, the Native American. There's a Hopi snake dance. Sacred religious ceremony. The culmination of a long period of ritual. The hunters, they go find the snakes. They carry them back. They keep them in a special place until the dance to bring rain for the harvest. And they have the snakes and they wind them around. They're rattlesnakes. By the time we got back where we were that afternoon, it was pouring with rain.
I didn't know you had an airplane. You didn't have a license. So we were over there one day, and finally he said, well, let's go get your plane. But I figured he's going to fly it back over. No, he said, you're going to the middle of the summertime. So we took off, and back then I wasn't that aware, because I had flown the little thing. But just as we touched the ground, that seat was just out of a piece of thin plywood. The seat fell down in the frame. Still to this day, I'm pretty proud I got it lifted. Because I bugged him, and now let's go fly again. The guy said, I'm not going to fly that thing and teach you how to fly it, and I'm not going to ride with you. All of a sudden, just way down in here, you know something isn't right. You're not out here alone. I get that flashlight and I kick it on. And about right where that door is, there's this bullhead about that wide, and it scared the soup out of him. He snorted and I went that way. I don't know where he went. Well, apparently I stood there long enough and quiet enough. The bullet went to sleep.
The Texans and the Mexicans lived rather peacefully together, but they always had to fight the Comanches. But they wouldn't give the Mexicans, their own citizens, guns. But the Texans brought their own damn guns. His mother was kidnapped. She lived with the Comanches and had 3 children. And so she had these 3 Indian children. He was the oldest. But when the Rangers raided the village, they killed everybody. They didn't kill her because she was obviously white. So they drug her back to Fort Worth, and the Parkers came and picked her up. And she tried to escape so many times that they nailed her into her bedroom. They wouldn't let her leave. She always wanted to get back to her sons, to the Comanches. federal government moved the armies out west, figured the only way they were going to beat the Comanches was to go and massacre the buffalo herds. They got there and they'd shoot down every buffalo they could find. And they created starvation. So he rides into the Indian reservation in Oklahoma and surrenders. But he sends his horse in first with the saddle on backwards. It's a signal, I'm giving up, I'm going to come in. The Iroquois provided the model for the American Constitution. Straight out of Iroquois legend. You know, one arrow you can break. If you take a bundle of arrows, you can't break them. The bundle of arrows is your nation. And now that legend has been there, and you still see it repeated.